Shalom Israel, Shalom Yahweh Shabbat to all the brothers, Shalom Shabbat by Shalom Shabbat to all the sisters. Today is the ISUPK Thursday Scripture Breakdown class. Priest and Officer Fit the Razan holding it down today, right? And today we're going to get into not trusting your enemy, right? Not trusting these heathens,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, right? You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to stick together. But when you trust the enemies of your brothers, you tend to go in their ways, right? Do what they want. And this is a simple thing. Like people, when I say that, people make it seem like I'm hating, right? Or preaching hate, or being racist or separatist or whatever word they want to use, right? But the thing is, the Most High gave us, told us not to trust these other people, not to give even your kids to the other people, right? Let's start off with that. Let's get Deuteronomy 7. Was it 7?
Yeah.
Before I forget to make sure, you know what I'm saying, everybody can see the class, you like and share, comment, you know what I'm saying, get that up so this can go out to everybody, right? Yeah, 73.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Right. So this is where you got to start, right, on not trusting your enemies. The Most High told us from the beginning, don't make marriages with them. Don't make marriages.
Right.
Now, we're going to get into why you're not supposed to make marriages with these people. Keep going, sir.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou not take unto thy son.
Right. So you're not supposed to give your daughter to their people. Neither are they supposed to take his daughter to our people. Right. Saying that, let's say, either way it goes, your daughter shouldn't be marrying his son, and your son shouldn't be marrying his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And why is that? Keep going, sir.
Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Right. So this is the big thing, right? They're gonna turn your child away from following the Most High. This is the duty, especially of all men, but of Israel specifically, because we were given the law, statutes, and commandments. We are to follow the Most High. We are to walk after Him.
Right.
Right. And taking their people, their children unto our people, will cause us to go into their ways. How do we know this? Right. Look, we just look at today. Right, because our people want to marry their people. For let's just say, for example, when a so-called black woman want to get with a so-called white woman, right? What would he do for that white woman? He's going to celebrate 4th of July. He's going to celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, 9/11. As a matter of fact, he will go and take pictures as a slave herder, as a slave owner in a cotton field.
Right.
Y'all don't believe that? There's pictures out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like how twisted is that? You know what I'm saying? For your love for her, you will do something that degrades your people, that her people did to you. Her people have put your people into suffering. And you think so less of your people and more of hers that you will go and take a picture as you as a slave in a cotton field. I mean, listen, I don't think you can get more Uncle Tom than that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think you can. No more coon than that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you can. That's heavy that you even go do that. Keep going, sir.
That they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
Right. So as it says that they will serve other gods. Let's say you marry a white woman, you're gonna serve the so-called Christian God. You want to go be with one of these Arabs, you're gonna become a Muslim, and then serve Allah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what it is. You're going to go get you. You become a Buddhist. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do whatever religion that they got over there. Like, it don't matter what it is, right? You can give an East Indian woman, you're gonna be serving Shiva,
Right.
whatever god that are under Hinduism. You know what I'm saying? But that's the problem. You will go into these other gods. You will break away from serving the Most High. Like the Most High says, he'll be counted against you and destroy you suddenly. Now, you should also know that sometimes that suddenly might not be right at that very second.
Right.
It might not be 5 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Like I've said before, the Most High will let you get rich. He'll let you amass fortune and wealth and everything that your heart desires on this earth, in this world. And he's going to take it all off from under you. It's going to come quick. You're going to lose your business. You're going to lose your wife. Your kids are going to hate you.
Right.
I mean, everything you had before is going to just shatter. And it's going to come, like I said, quickly. If not, the Most High just outright killing you.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? For real, like you almost want the Most High to kill you than go through something that you could go through on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Or that so-called woman that he's the woman that you love can step out on you and bring back a disease. Oh, it's like unalive. It's like unalive you. You know what I'm saying? But or the so-called one that you loved, that he wanted, she can step out on you and bring back an STD. Now you find with STD that you can't get rid of. You know what I'm saying? That's a very slow death. A lot of people say, "Oh, we got medications and things like that now." Those medications don't get rid of the disease. If you got HIV, they say, "Oh, you can now test somebody that has HIV because they got medications for it." That HIV hasn't gone anywhere. It hasn't gone. Those people are still dying slowly. That's a very slow and a painful death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but the most I can get that to you. Yeah, he can make that happen for you. Especially when you go out and do this, you want to follow, these other people, right? If I can't, it's like I forgot to put that down on my notes. It's like, see my notes at Slovakia. Yeah, just go to Deuteronomy 28. Go to verse 52, I believe. Check. Right. So before we get there, right, I was saying, like, in this country, right, in this country, the Most High, you know what I'm saying, our job is to serve the Most High no matter where you are.
Right.
But you think this place, because you can get money here, because this America allows you to do whatever you want to do here, that you think that this place is just so wonderful and it's so beautiful, you know what I'm saying? You can do what you want, you can sleep with whoever you want to. That what America tells us that this is America tells us that it's like looking for the word word is given tonight. But America tells you that you can love anybody. Right? That's what America tells you. Love is love. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Your heart wants what the heart wants. Love who you love whoever you love. But you know what I'm saying? What we know is that kind of not yet. This is the land of opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Brother Officer Bottom said, "Now this is the land of opportunity, right? The opportunity is to sleep with whoever you want to. Be friends with whoever you want to. Till the day comes where you find out who you are, and those friends leave you. And they don't leave you. They show you their true colors. They'll key and ha with you in front of your face. but they're always plotting on your demise or plotting to get over you in some way. I'm saying this how these people run, but you can't put your kind of faith in these kind of people, because these are people, especially here, so-called white men, are oppressor, right? He's the people that destroyed you. He's the reason why you're in the situation that you're in right now. This situation you're in right now because you trust in the enemy that destroyed your people.
Right.
I could get that, Deuteronomy 28 52.
28:52.
Matter of fact, if you start verse 49 instead. Verse 49 instead. No, it's like verse 48. Let's start there instead. It's like
verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness,
right,
and in want of all things.
Right. So whatever you want, you gotta go to your enemy for everything. So here in America, who do you have to go to for everything that we want? So white man, who else has so who else owns all the farms?
Right.
So how many black farmers are out there in America? It's very, very few. And those few have a hard time getting business because they're blocked out by these other nations.
Right.
I'm saying, and thirst. I'm saying you got to go to all these white-owned grocery stores, man. Walmart, Fry's, Kroger, Albertsons, Safeway.
Safeway.
Yeah, you gotta go. All these companies are white-owned. They are the ones that they put in all these neighborhoods that you got to go to them. So let's say you live in a predominantly black-owned or Hispanic community that has their own stores. As soon as a Walmart is put there, those stores go out of business. where you were working amongst each other, now because Walmart put it there, and they're going to sell it to you for just a little bit cheaper. You're going to go there instead of like spend a couple extra cents on your brothers. But you want to save that 25 cent, you want to go spend that at Walmart. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go through from and hunger and thirst and clothes. You know what I'm saying? And nakedness, you go get all your fabrics from over there. Let's say, and if you have your own company where you make your own clothes, where are you buying your fabrics from? You know what I'm saying? I don't know too many black people that own cotton companies that make shirts. We're talking making shirts from scratch, not just buying the shirts. Where you getting your fabrics for all your clothes from? Where you getting the polyester? I'm saying you're going to the so-called oppressor in these other nations for all that stuff. Like we don't have those kind of resources for ourselves.
Right.
Listen, we don't own those resources.
It's like if I could too, any resource that you're really trying to get and sell, you have to pay taxes. So in reality, anything that you do own, you really don't own anything because you know what I'm saying. You have to give a percentage off of that to the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? So really, in anything you try to gain, you're really gaining for your enemy. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha, right. No, that's how you put that out. So I didn't even think about it like that.
No, like that. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Even the property, you know what I'm saying? Even living on the land, you know what I'm saying? You would think you would buy a home and it'll be yours. But no, right. If you miss payments or taxes or whatever it is, right? That the bank can just pull it out. You know what I'm saying? You just get, you know what I'm saying? Sell it, resell it, or buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. And let's say even if your home is paid off, you got to pay a property tax every year.
Right.
So it's like you bought it, and you think because you already paid taxes to buy the house. You think that'd be enough? Right. They got their cut, but not every year. You got to pay them that property tax.
Right. That's why he's the devil. You know what I'm saying?
He's
the devil for how he oppresses our people. You know what I'm saying? For what he does. And really because he's really trying to imitate the spirit of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that's going on, you know what I'm saying? We all know the story of Egypt and what was going on. Hard bondage, you know what I'm saying? These Egyptians made us serve with rigor, you know what I'm saying? Like hard labor. and nonstop. So even to this day, you know what I'm saying, minimum wage keeps going up. But guess what else keeps going up? The price on gas, the price
Right.
on food, the price on products, the price, you know what I'm saying, your rent keeps going up. Everything goes up. You know what I'm saying? The minimum wage goes up, everything else goes up too. You know, so you can't live, you
Constantly.
know.
Right. I said it before. You would think that if I get more money, you get more cash out of me.
Right.
If I got more money to survive, you raise minimum wage. Now, guess what? I can pay my rent on time. I can go out and spend my money at the grocery store and on gas. But if you raise everything up along with it, you know what I'm saying? You're not really gaining more out of me.
Right.
Everything is still the same. But now, I mean, like you said, it's harder for me to live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's harder for everything to come through. You know what I'm saying? That's why, these so-called these landlords, you know what I'm saying? These are some of the most wicked people out there. You know what I'm saying? You spend a year at a spot, you pay, you know what I'm saying, $750. No, that's not really. No, you be lucky to find somewhere for that price these days.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Let's say more along the lines of 1,200, right?
Right.
Let's say it's 1,200 for one bedroom. You know what I'm saying? You go to renew your lease. Now they want you to pay. Now they want you to pay $1,350. Like what other $150 come from?
Right. Fees, freaking, you know what I'm saying? What do they call that? Down payments,
Guys,
all these other things. Like,
yeah, that's show how much of the pressure this man is. Like, you know what I'm saying? To fill an application for an apartment, you got to pay an application fee
right.
that you don't get back.
Right. Right.
Which is crazy. So I feel like if I put an application fee and I don't get the apartment, I should get my $40, $50 back. Some places, we got to pay $200 for an application fee, which is ridiculous. Why am I paying $200 to fill out a form?
Right. It's like it. And that goes back to, you know what I'm saying, in want of all things, you know what I'm saying?
Honestly.
Like you're gonna have to ask them for everything, every little thing just to live, just to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the problem that our people have, is that we think that without the white man we can't live.
Right.
So without these oppressors, we can't live. We can't live under, you know what I'm saying? We can't govern ourselves. We can't be a governed, you know what I'm saying? We can't be our own government.
Honestly.
It's like,
Yeah, that's what they trying to do, and we both know that that's a lot, because we've had thriving neighborhoods in this country without their help. But history shows every time we thrive, they come burn it down.
and that's to show and prove their dominance against, you know what I'm saying, our people.
Honestly.
Like, it's like a flex for them. Like, that's that pride, arrogant, you know what I'm saying? Like, America's a bully, man. America's a bully, and really, all white America is bullies towards, you know what I'm saying, the poor and the weak.
Constant, right?
You know, like,
Yeah, no, that's heavy too. We can keep going from there at the one of all things.
come, and that's like, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Right, he gonna put a yoke of iron. Listen, you type up right now, yoke of iron. You'll see got that metal iron right here with 4 prongs coming out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's the yoke of iron that they used against us. What's that yoke of iron used? Saying so that you couldn't escape. They could march you in a single file line, to where they need to march you too. And then they kept that around your neck to control you.
I believe it had bells on the tips. Right?
Yeah. Also had bells on the tips too. Some of them constant. Yeah. All that was to control you.
Right.
But now, let's say upon thy neck until you have destroyed thee.
Fine.
Right. So what that means that now he don't need that upon our necks anymore. He don't need to have that around our necks. Now you just do whatever he says.
Right.
That's it.
Now it's like, if I could,
Constant.
it's like, now the chains aren't even on your necks; they're in your mind now.
Constant. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they just have it so deep into this. You know what I'm saying? Into serving them, where it's like they don't force us to serve them. Now we just do it willingly.
Right.
You see in the streets every single time we go out and you know what I'm saying, and hold camp. There's always that one brother, that one sister, that one, you know what I'm saying, trader that wants to teach or really wants to convince us that we need to love everybody, that Christ came for everybody.
God.
You know what I'm saying? There's always that one trader out there.
Right. And what they really saying is that they want us to love the white man.
Exactly.
The so-called, right? That's what they want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They let's say, because I've been, it's like, even before I came to the truth, right? And I was watching classes online. I was watching the camps online that they posted up. I never heard our brothers and sisters I never hear argue for the East Indians or for the Arabs or for anybody else. They always argue about, what about white people? We can't love white people. Your mind's so fixated on the so-called white man, you can't even if you can't see yourself without them. That's your mind being destroyed. I'm saying you can't imagine a time without them. Even though people have had times in this country without them, but they destroy us. So what do you do? What do the destroy people do? They roll over. So they resign themselves into defeat. I'm saying we can't beat them. We built this up. They come destroy it. So we just do whatever they want. Like when I'm at the slavery, and I talk about not celebrating these holidays. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the major one coming up is supposed to be 9/11 for say. Nobody really talked about that to slavery, but the next major one coming up is Halloween. Then after that is Thanksgiving. And I talked about, like, I don't do Halloween. Like people understand, like, oh, Halloween, yeah, I guess I guess it's supposed to be evil, so I guess okay, I see why you don't celebrate that. Right. But Thanksgiving, no, they let them be like, you don't celebrate Thanksgiving? No turkey, no ham. You know what I'm saying? Well, we don't celebrate for that anymore. No, this is about being thankful the Lord gave us. Right. And I was like, no, you sound silly, right? Because you're still using their precious holiday. Right. You still celebrate the time that He wants you to celebrate. If that's the case, you want to be thankful the Lord gave you. Why don't you pick a different day?
Not only that, if I could, like, they're so Christians. They thank the Lord for their possessions, not for giving them a second chance of life. Really,
right?
You know what I'm saying? They're so Christians. They think carnal. Oh, thank you for my new job. Thank you for my family. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for my wife, my kids, my car, my possessions, the house, the new loan, all these things like that don't mean nothing to the Lord.
Right.
But you don't want to thank the Lord for giving you a second chance. You know what I'm saying? To give being merciful.
Constant.
You know what I'm saying? Giving you, like, the Lord is man.
Yeah. So definitely, listen, I'm there with you. So like that's not what they think about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our people, they just it's all carnal with our people. Now with the world in general, you know what I'm saying? It's all carnality, vanity and things of that nature.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's saying this is what you give for trusting your enemy. You know, you celebrate his holidays. Right. You know what I'm saying? You think what he says right. Even if you come against it, right? You come against it, you're looked at it as strange. They're like, why would you want to celebrate Christmas? You're like, you don't like giving your kids gifts? I was like, I can give my kids gifts any other time of the year. Why does it have to be on that day? Right. And even the ones who knows that, even the ones that know that it's not the holiday you're supposed to be celebrating, they still want to keep it though. We can jump to the next verse.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Right. So you gotta explain to me who else did this happen to? You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people say, like, oh, slavery throughout the world. The Bible's being specific here. A nation against Lord shall bring a nation against thee from from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fly. Now, why would the Most High put in how swift as the eagle fly? So we know that the eagle flies. He's a very fast bird. Right. one of the fastest, right? The white man, the so-called oppressor, you know what I'm saying? I've been trying to find the right words they can use here. He came down on us so quickly, you know what I'm saying, over there on the west coast of Africa, that our people didn't have a lot of time to really do anything against him. Not only did he do it himself, but he had help from those so-called Africans, those Hamites. You know what I'm saying? Who got a piece in this too? So don't think that we ain't don't think most ain't got enough for those Hamites. They're gonna pay too. But you know what I'm saying? It said they came quickly, swift, guard our people up, even over here. Let's say in Americas, right? The so-called Americas. They came down quickly and took brothers and sisters from here over into Europe. Let's not forget, like I said, people think transatlantic slave trade, they think only of the so-called the Negroes going from Africa to the Americas to Europe. But so the transatlantic slave trade started over here first. It started with our Taino brothers and sisters. It started with the natives of this land. You know what I'm saying? They took them all up from up and down the Americas, North, South, Central America. Took them all up from over here. Went over there to Europe. Dropped some off in Africa. Why? Because that's that triangle. And then once you saw that, hey, y'all got some people over there that y'all don't like, right? Well, we'll take them off your hands. Just catch them and sell them to us.
Right.
And people would be like, well, they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know how they were treating y'all. I thought that sounded stupid. For simple fact is, if you know that you're selling somebody, you don't care what they're doing because you're selling them. You're selling them as slaves. You chase them down, you gather them up, and you sold them. Your care was not on how these other people are going to treat them. You don't that care was not part of it. So I've heard Africans say that, well, we didn't know they were going to be treating the people so badly. Not only that some of you knew, but you didn't care. Why would you care? You're getting your money out of it. Right. Like I said, if it's like this, right? If I know that if I get these worms, right? That's how I want to go fishing. I go dig for these worms. I'm gonna get these worms. I put these worms as bait for the hook. Now I don't care what happens once I put that worm on the hook and put it in the water. I only know that this fish is gonna come get this worm so I can snatch him up.
Right.
So I don't have a care in the world for how that worm feels, how he feels being ate by that fish while I get that fish. Right. You know what I'm saying? They had no care in the world how they treated our people. You know what I'm saying? Why would you care? You getting your money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You getting your end of the deal. Right. So say those Africans or those Hamites, to be more specific, right, didn't care, or they wouldn't have did if they knew how they were treating us. That's all lie. Because even someone over there were treating us already badly. You know what I'm saying? That's why we kept ourselves separated from them. But we couldn't do that. We couldn't do that over here because the white man made sure he destroyed every single thing about us once we came over here. But we can keep going. Verse 50.
Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
Right. Once again, y'all want to trust this. Y'all want to trust people here where they have shown they don't care how old that people are, what stage of life that they're in, that they will do just the most heinous things to our people. You know what I'm saying? I seen a video where these oppressors, right, these so-called police officers, where they on the highway, they pulled out this old black woman. She's at least in her 60, 70. What threat is she posing? They snatched her out of her car.
Right.
For what? For this, I guess they thought that she was driving a suspended license. I think they had the wrong person at the end of the day. And they tossed her on the ground. She left her with bruises. I think she ended up breaking her arm remember correctly. Got something?
Right, there was another incident where I forget what the state was, where they were called to about a noise complaint or something like that, and then so they went into the house, to the backyard. I think it was an old lady, the sister. She had a bat. I think she was like you know what I'm saying, kid, and I guess instead of getting like these cowards like what makes you think that an elderly woman with a bat is a threat? Like, come on, like you younger, plus you're stronger, you're more faster. You're like, come on, like what is that? How is that endangerment to your life?
Sir, like kid, I'm gonna tell you just how download these heathens are. You know what I'm saying? I think I said it before on the Sabbath service. Watch like no, the pressers. He's so evil and vile. You know what I'm saying? That he would destroy his own people to destroy us.
Right.
And now sometimes they get so puffed up and that bad that they'll just do anything to anybody. Right. Last year like a year and a half ago, at least, in Tucson, right? There was a call made because there's an old white man, old oppressor who was causing trouble at a Walmart. Not in trouble, he's just hollering at people. But he's in an electric wheelchair. They want him to leave because he's cussing at everybody, causing a ruckus.
Right.
They called TPD. TPD goes out. You know what I'm saying? Out there, I think there's only one of them. At this point, the older oppressor, he's already outside the Walmart. He's rolling back into Walmart with a knife in his hand. But he's in the wheelchair, electric wheelchair, and show how foul they are because same time they use on us, they'll use it on their own people.
Right.
Where he said to the dispatch, "Hey, we got a hostile man. He's in the Walmart parking lot. He's going back towards the Walmart. He didn't say that this is an old man in a wheelchair." And so what he do? He waits till his partner gets there and shouts, "Stop, stop, stop, pow, pow, pow." He shoots the old Edomite in the wheelchair.
Right.
And I was like, well, what threat did the old Edomite possess?
Right.
That you could just knock his small electric wheelchair over and then take the knife.
Right.
I was like, if he's willing to do that to the elderly of his people,
right,
what do you think he'll do to the elderly of our people?
Right.
And we've seen him.
Right.
They said he was like an old black man. He would come out and just straight up shoot. I was in fear for my life.
Right. What's that brother that it was so viral, right? Brother was running from the cops because he was you know what I'm saying, he was afraid. Their guns toward him. They knew he was gonna die, so he ran, and the cops killed him and shot him in his back. A brother in Phoenix, Arizona, was sleeping in his car, right? Woke him up. You know what I'm saying? He was scared, and as soon as he woke up, they shot him.
Yeah.
Because they thought he had a gun. He didn't have a gun. Come to find out that he did not have a gun, and the cops planted the gun in there.
Gosh, yeah, they definitely do that. There's a video of them arresting a brother, and the cops got to turn his body cam off and shows him planting the drug in the car.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying? If they can get nothing on you, they'll make something up on you. Because they get these quotas filled. There's about a said here, our people respond to us speaking against our oppressors in the same manner as an assault victim would behave standing in front of the county sheriff with the aggressor secretly twisting their arm.
I know, and something that Commander Johanna had brought out was when they say stop, you know what I'm saying, don't resist. It's just to get the crowd to like, hey, you know what I'm saying, stop resisting, like to get the crowd on their side, on the cops' side. That's just their tactic of you know what I'm saying, of even though you're hurting them, they're not trying to resist, but they're just in pain, and they're trying to breathe. Like, you still trying to convince the world or the people around the crowd that you're doing this for a good, you know what I'm saying, for a good cause. So now you have to kill them. So like you have to unalive them.
Right.
For, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason, right? And that's all the way wrong, you know what I'm saying? The way these police officers, you know what I'm saying, have you know what I'm saying, carry out their job, which is not to protect the people and not to serve the people, most definitely not to serve the people, but to destroy, to oppress, just like how they oppressed us in slavery in Egypt, you know.
Guys, if I could, on the if you watch the first Transformer movie, right? There's a Decepticon whose car mode is a police cruiser. I think about Barricade. I can't remember, but this Decepticon took on the look of a police cruiser. Why? Because you're supposed to respect police cars and they pull you over. But you know, if you look on the side, and they make sure you see it in the frame where it should say serve and protect. I forgot. I said something in oppress. I can't remember what the first word was before it.
Dang.
But it says oppress on the side of the car. And I was like, damn, they showing you right there.
That's crazy.
I was like, that's the police real job is to oppress.
No, that's a fact. Like, and it's good. Like, they should bring up the truth, because it's like, I mean, come on, man. But that I mean, we already know that in here. It's just that our people are just too focused on, you know what I'm saying, Nicki Minaj, the Grammys, what was it? What just happened, right?
I think it's the VMAs.
The VMAs, all the Best of Pluma, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. They're all into like entertain, you know what I'm saying, and that's what happens. It's like you have to keep your slaves, you know what I'm saying, entertained, or more so like focused on not their oppression, but
right.
of, you know what I'm saying, this is freedom, this is the pursuit of happiness,
right?
As they say, the dream, right?
The American
dream. And so many brothers come over here and die on the process of coming over here, you know, and really the ones that do make it, their spirit dies here. You know what I'm saying? Once they get here, their spirit dies by the way. It's like their spirit gets unalive by the way the oppressor oppresses them, destroys them. You know what I'm saying?
Constant, yeah. Now, if I could, like, also Guatemala, he said something real heavy. He says, whereas he says, stop resisting is social programming. Whereas people are programmed to obey cops and not resist. A cop saying stop resisting is just simple, persuasive social programming.
Right.
So that way, if you hear a cop say stop resisting, then especially when you're an oppressor, your mind will go, well, what were they doing before? They should have just obeyed the cops. Well, how many times have we seen the oppressor not obey the cops and walk out unharmed?
I think the heaviest one was, like, what really woke me up was the death of, it's like the unalive of Philando Castillo. Philando, a brother licensed to carry, had his woman on the side, on the passenger, and his daughter in the back seat.
Right.
And a police officer asked for his license. As he is reaching for his license, the police officer shoots the brother and unalives the brother as a slow, painful, you know what I'm saying, crime.
So yeah, no, that was definitely a heavy one for me, because I was like, because he did what you're supposed to do. Gospel, you're supposed to announce that you have the right to carry, you have a firearm somewhere in the vehicle. Now that's just supposed to do that because that's supposed to be part of law. That way they know that there's a gun somewhere. But now they know that there is present. they can handle things accordingly. They know it's there. It's not supposed to give them a right to shoot you. And people were trying to make all kind of excuses at that happen because we're reaching for his wallet. If somebody reaches for me for my wallet, I just stop automatically. Like, no, you can't. Because your brain takes at least 3 seconds or 0.5 seconds to realize that a new command was given to react and switch up what you're doing. Your body, your brain needs time to change and react to the situation. Now you can't do that if you're trying to do one thing, you're trying to do another thing, you do one thing, you do another. That confuses the brain. It causes you to make erratic movements, which they will assume that you're trying to do something, so they shoot you.
You know that like what you just explained was basically what happened at that one hotel. Right? I don't know if it was an Instagram photo or not, but he had the police officer had an AR pointed at him. A female passes by first, crawling, right, and then it's his turn. And it's like your left leg over the right leg, all these different confusing, like you said, commands. And as he's crawling, he's crying, and he just tries to put his shirt, like pull it back. And I guess that automatically gave the green light to unalive, this person.
God, so yeah, that's the problem too. Like saying, it's the same thing last year happened with the young brother. I think it was in Texas, where he was asleep at a friend's house, and they were looking for somebody else. They brought him to the wrong apartment. Of course, he was carried because he did Uber or Lyft, one of the two. Like, but there's a string of robberies, people robbing Lyft and Uber drivers. So he bought a gun to protect himself. Legal gun, had it with him, sleep at a friend's house. They barge in. Mind you, it's the wrong apartment. He sleep. They barge in, lights flashing everywhere, lots yelling. He wakes up. So of course, in his confusion, he hears some yelling going on. He kind of reaches for his gun, and then they open fire. And they was like, well, he knew what he was doing. I was like, no, the body takes at least, when you wake up, your first initial wake up, you're not conscious for the first 5 to 10 seconds. You're not fully conscious. Your brain is merely reacting to sound, but your consciousness is not there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So your brain hears, your mind hears yelling, sees a flashlight in your eye. So your brain says, danger, danger, danger. So your brain says, I got danger here, reach for firearm. Your brain is fully moving your body, but your mind, your consciousness isn't fully there, not fully awake. So they unalive the brother. And they try to say, well, he heard us. We were yelling. That's the problem. You're running, yelling, lights flashing everywhere. How do you expect somebody to react in that situation? You know what I'm saying? And then they just say that, he pulled the gun first. His gun, he didn't even make it out before you shot him. Like what they really saw was just him sit up really quickly off the couch and then fire. So I was like, so that's this type of people that we're dealing with. You told this the people that you told us to trust, to put our trust in, that we should love. I gotta, like, you know what I'm saying, what love have they ever showed us? And kind of like also my mouth is right. The instinct to preserve one's own life is so natural, it's subconscious. Right, kind of that's exactly that, you know what I'm saying? It's a conscious. You're like anything on this earth wants to survive, wants to make it to the next day. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of animals have installed instincts to help them, even if they're sleeping, to be more alert. Even as humans, I think people forget that we're in a sense animals and creatures too, that we also have built-in alertness in our body when something bad is going down. Right. Your body's like, all right, no, let's get out of here. Let's make sure that we can make it through this day, make it through whatever is coming to us. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you don't get when you serve your enemies that we do here. You put too much trust in that fact that they think that you obey the same laws. Now the laws supposed to be for everybody, but we know that they don't apply them to the same way that they apply. So when they apply to themselves, they don't apply to us. You know what I'm saying? A white man can unalive somebody, as a cop,
Right.
and get a very light sentence. If that, maybe he might get off scot free. but same situation if a brother does it, they're throwing the full book at him. Oh, you're an officer. You should have known better. It's all this spiel about it. But when it comes to the so-called oppressors, you know what I'm saying, they don't get the same thing. When we talk about it, we bring it up. We're saying that we're complaining.
Right.
They're saying we cry too much. Well, I'm sorry that I have a love for my people to where I want to make sure that my people can make it to the next day.
Right.
They can live comfortably. But we know we can't do that here. In fact, we can get that scripture, sir. Especially this is not our rest.
This is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
Constant, right? So most are telling her that, listen, America is not your rest. This so-called American dream, this is not. It's not for you. It was never meant for you. You know what I'm saying? This so-called American dream was meant for the so-called oppressor that he brought over here to put you down, put him over you. It says, arise and depart. This is not your rest. Listen, how can you be restful when, you know what I'm saying, they can just, you know what I'm saying, break into your you can be at home with your nephew. You hear some noise, you go to your window, and you get shot by the police. You're in your home. They're the ones outside making noise. But you get shot for seeing what that noise was? So that way your nephew feels safe? How is this place our rest? How is this place we can be so restful that we're, you know what I'm saying, police brutality on our people is staggering.
And it's so heavy that, like, you trying to eat ice cream in your living room, and there comes a white woman, right, Amber Geiger, to be specific, and she sees you, and she has to unalive you. Now, she goes to court, and what happens? She gets mercy from who? From your family, from your brother, from your mother, from your people, from the judge. The judge will give mercy to this devil. Your sister is a judge. You know what I'm saying? Like, your sister has power in her hands, and to give all types of, you know what I'm saying? Like, she could throw the book at this woman for what she did. But she decided to what? To give her mercy, to give her own Bible, to give her a hug, to comb her hair, to make her feel safe. But what do we get? We get nothing. We gotta forgive and forget. That's what we have to do.
Right. It's like you said, so they say remember slavery. That was a long time ago. You gotta forget about that. You know, you gotta remember 9/11. You gotta remember the Holocaust. You gotta remember World War II and all those atrocities. But you know, the atrocities that they did against our people, we're supposed to forget that. Those people aren't around anymore. I had to break it to you. Like, a lot of those people who were around during World War II aren't around anymore either. A lot of them have died off. It's a hard search. I mean, have unalived off. I said a lot of them. It's a hard search to find somebody. You find somebody who is 90 plus years old to throw them in jail because atrocities that they did against your people. Even if they weren't an active soldier, they just worked at a hospital. They got to pay for those crimes. So you can see that and let that be okay. But the woman who lied on Emmett Till, when we said that, when we found that she lied, and we were like, oh no, she should be put to jail. Well, you know, she's she's on a death, and she be dying soon. Like, do you want to put her in jail at her age? Oh, so now age matters. If I put somebody in jail, the so-called Jewish man, if he wants to put somebody in jail from World War II, he can do that.
Right.
Because the atrocities that they did to their people. But a woman who lied had a young brother killed, unalived. Hey, we gotta. She's old, man. You know what I'm saying? She's old. She feels bad for it. That's why she came out with the truth. What does that matter? He's like, where is he at today? He should be in his 70s, 80s by now. She gets to live a full life, and he doesn't. I was listening. For me, I don't know. Well, no, but no. Here's the thing, like that. No, we in the UPK now. Like I said, she hasn't escaped justice at all. You know what I'm saying? The Most High would deal with her again in her next life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, she be put under one of these righteous men in bondage.
Right.
That's where she belongs. You know what I'm saying? Serving in somebody's field, getting the harshest of treatment that we can give lawfully.
Right. Reaping what she sowed.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's I pray the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Puts in somebody. You know, listen, she hasn't escaped anything. She's gonna get hers. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? No, people think they can do bad things and just feel like they can they feel like they can unalive themselves. I think that you somehow escaped wrath, that you escaped judgment. I mean, if anything, you brought your judgment quicker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Most High's gonna, you know, say you ain't escaped nothing. We could get to open up Ecclesiasticus verse 12 and 10. We chapter 12 verse 10.
Ecclesiastes 12.
God. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is what we get for trusting our enemies. Like I say, they don't live by the same way that you live. So to trust them and put faith in them for them to do the right thing is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's how destroyed your mind is. I think, like Captain Zarek said, you know what I'm saying, the black man has been beaten into powder in this country. You know what I'm saying? You can, like, you can't see a life beyond your enemy. Like you put all your trust on them. Like that's just like, no, even with you women, right? Women who go get these white men. What do they end up doing? Like the situation with Halle Berry, right? Halle Berry has kids with two different heathens. Right? She has to pay child support to. And one of them, she says she felt bad paying child support to him. She feels bad paying child support to him because he calls her the N-word. That's who you chose. That's who you chose to lay up next to. A lot of these oppressors, when they're mad at you, they resort to calling you a racist slur when they're mad at you. You think they're not? Because I knew the Edomite when I was doing security in Tucson, to where he lived in Nogales. And every time I see him, he talk bad about the Issachar brothers and sisters. But he's married to an Issacharite sister. And so he said, well, I love her. I told him one day, I was like, you don't love her, you fetishize her. There's a difference. Because if you loved her, you treat her better than what you treat her.
Right.
You wouldn't talk on her people the way you talk on her people. You fetishize that woman. You don't really love her. Like you fetishize Mexican women. You don't truly love them. If you did, like the way you talk about the so-called you talk about so-called Mexicans, right? So-called Hispanics. I would never guess it. I would never guess it that you have a Mexican wife. And I said, well, they cross the border, they do this and that, and they just go back to it. I was like, don't you got a Mexican wife?
Right.
I can run somebody else about get with that woman for a green card, but you're with somebody who has a green card.
Right.
Like make that make sense to me. But the sense makes that he doesn't love her. He fetishizes her, and I'm pretty sure that he probably calls her all kind of racial slurs for our Mexican brothers and sisters when they're alone. The one thing is, like I said, the good thing is that she ended up. I can't say that she did end up leaving him, but only after he did something completely stupid that ruined his chance, ruined his job, and ruined their finances. That she ended up leaving him. But she has a baby by this Edomite. You know what I'm saying? Which to me, that's like completely like once you got a baby by Edomite, that's like a no go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But she trusted him though, and she would constantly talk bad on her people. I'm pretty sure he probably said some foul things to her. Seen how openly he talked openly against her people, everybody else. He was the one to keep his mouth shut. So I know all the foul things he was probably saying to her when they were alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If he was willing to say that openly, I mean, imagine behind closed doors what he does.
That's right. But she put her trust in because she thought that this white man would give her a better life. And he would complain, like, I got a job from a Nogales to that's neither here nor there. But you know what I'm saying, for these people, you are just you're a fetish. That's all you are. You just the so-called these oppressor's daughter, when they see black men, I never had a black man before. I want to see what it's like, or I just like you don't like you fetishize, you fantasize, and then you fetishize. That's what you do. When you get mad at somebody, then you start calling, saying, yo, you're a white woman, you get with a black man, you start calling the N-word because now you're mad at them. They're talking about how bad these people are and this and that. You can't really, like, you're getting oppressors. You're getting oppressor. Your oppressor can never really know your struggle. They can identify. They can identify with it because they people didn't have to go through it. That's just the way it is. Well, you can't get that verse.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 verse 10. Never trust thy enemy.
Right. So most I said, always trust your enemy.
Never trust thy enemy.
Surely.
Never trust thy enemy.
Definitely.
Never trust thy enemy.
Most I tell them right off the bat, don't trust your enemy. Right. So-called black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, you have an enemy. We all know who he is. Same one that has oppressed us all. The same ones that put the black man in, had the black man in those fields. Don't get it twisted. He had our Mexican brother and sister in the field too. Before there are pictures of it. History is out there. He's had you in the field picking his cotton. He's destroyed you and stolen your land. Let's say he put you on land that you can't farm, but yet you want to trust him and follow his holidays and and follow his God. That's like say, keep going.
For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Right. So just like iron rust, like this blade, for example, right, made out of some kind of iron or steel. This is eventually going to rust. It's going to. It's a degradation of the material. You know what I'm saying? It's going to rust, especially having it out in rain. It's going to rust faster. That's just what this material does over time.
Right.
Your enemies will show you over time their true colors. They'll show you just who they are. They're going to turn on you. Right? This is not.
Especially when shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. It's constant. Most definitely. They're going to show you. Like it's only a matter of time. I'm saying this is not just for the so-called white men either. This is for your Africans, your East Indians, you know what I'm saying, your Asians, you know what I'm saying, Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, whoever. Over time, they're going to show you who they are, whose side they're on, which will be their own people's side.
That's right.
So we can keep going.
Verse 11. Though he humble himself.
Right. If I could, real quick, though he humble himself, listen, I work at the airport, right? And the Hamites there, they pretend to be humble, but they're some of the most arrogant, prideful people I've ever met
Right.
in my life. The way they look at us is like, oh, you know, just all puffed out. No, we better. You know what I'm saying? Listen, they don't even come around us for real. Listen, this is always when we were in our office in the break room. They're over there together, huddled up, and we're over here, over here. They do not even try to claim that we're brothers. They don't try to say that we're brothers unless they want something out of you. Then all of a sudden we're brothers.
Right.
All of a sudden we're kin. We're not kin. You're ham. You know what I'm saying? We're not of the same bloodline.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they would definitely portray to be humble. Oh yes, my brother. Yes, my brother. Yes, my brother. And then turn around and go tell them that go tell the manager that you're being racist toward them. Just because, you know what I'm saying, I won't get into it. It's like, you keep going, sir.
No, sir. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Right. Though he like to humble himself, right? He like to show himself kind of small, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like he's cool, you know, listen, I'm just like you. We dark-skinned people. What's it mean? See, if you're simple, right, in this world, right, you'll say that, you know what I'm saying, because we have melanin and that they have melanin, that we must be the same people, or maybe because we share similar features that we have to be the same people. You know what else you might share similar features with? East Indians, Arabs. You might, because some of them have, you know what I'm saying, they're dark-skinned people too, but we don't call them our brothers and sisters.
Right.
So some of them some of them are blacker than me. But you don't talk about them nothing though. Right. So some with the Hamites that we use this whole melanin as an excuse. They do the same thing because they know that we're visual like that. They can use that against us. So they'll play meek. They'll play, you know what I'm saying? They'll play humble. Like said, like Moses said, take heed and beware of him. You know what I'm saying? Keep your eye on him. Keep going.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
Right. So we got a looking glass, right? So let's say you got this phone, right? This phone is for representation of a mirror, right? That's what a looking glass is. It's a mirror. So let's say the mirror is foggy, right? It's foggy. You can't see the reflection in the looking glass because it's foggy.
Right.
So you take your cloth, wipe it away. Oh snap! Somebody's behind me. This is what this said here. You'll notice once you clean that looking glass, you notice that this is an evil bastard right here.
Right.
That he's not humble.
Right.
He's not your friend. He's not your brother. He is for his people only.
Right.
He will use you to get what he wants. And once he gets what he wants, he'll throw you to the curb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can Because we continue into verse 12.
Verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
Let me tell y'all something, right? Y'all like to give these other nations a hand, right? You like to let them in into all our spaces, right? As let's say as black Spanish American, we like to be inclusive, where everybody gets to be exclusive. What have these nations always shown? What's we let them in? They feel like they have a right to say and dictate how we do things in our culture, how we do things in our whatever that we do. For example, Eminem, right?
Right.
So-called white man, rapper, whatever. He feels like he should be second to none in rap. Even though he himself has said he's a guest in hip hop. How are you a guest but one says that you should be number one? That's like going to somebody's house. Let's say go to a brother's house, right? And the brother has a chair that he's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You come in anywhere, that chair right there, that's my chair. That's the chair that only I sit in because this is my home. That's my chair. Only I can sit in that chair. But you go in, you're like, oh, this is a nice place, man. He tried to make himself seem all humble. Yeah, man, I can sit on this couch right here. Yeah, this couch is just a cool couch. The second you get too friendly, he's gonna get up, sit and move you out your chair and say, but this chair is a lot nicer though. Like, sits right in front of the TV, got the nice armrest, it reclines back.
Right.
Yeah, this is my chair now. How you go to somebody else's house and move them out their chair? That's my chair.
Right.
And I said, that's the throne of my home. Listen, that's where I come and to rest. How dare you come into my house as a guest and make yourself over me? This what they do. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Eminem seeks to stand up in our place in hip hop as the greatest rapper of all time. That's the place that he seeks.
Right. It's like, how you gonna claim a spot that we created,
and
now you the king of this? Like, jeez. That's some pride. That's pride to another level.
Honestly,
you know
what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying, the Africans, they do it too. Akon, you know what I'm saying, he done his way. He's a Hamite. You know what I mean? They all do it. Once we let them in, they have to feel like they're not better than us. They know you are a guest here. You should conduct yourself as such.
Right.
Keep going.
Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the least remember my word.
At the last.
It's like, thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith.
Right. So once I said, don't let him sit next to you. He shouldn't be at your right hand. You know what I'm saying? You should be careful who you see that sit at your right hand, because even our own people, who for money richer that he's like the most that the so-called oppressor can give them, will be to be a friend just to give you over to the so-called white man.
Right.
Or whatever oppressor, whatever heathen nation that he wants to work for. He'll give you over to them. So even be careful with that. Make sure that at your right hand is a brother that's tested, that's been proved, that's been proven. But most of all, never let a heathen be at your right hand, because he is not satisfied with being just your right hand man. He wants your seat.
Right.
As most I said, not the last. When you remember the words, you might have been pricked. He's got you.
Right.
He's hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And so it is. We get into the verse 13. So,
verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent,
or any such as come or any such as come nigh wild beasts.
Right. So most science saying like, who would pity a charmer that works with the serpent? We know that we've all seen those East Indian videos with the snake charmer. He plays the flute or whatever he's playing,
Right.
and then makes the cobra come up, and he does a dance with the cobra. But most of the saying like, who's going to pity him when that snake turns around and bites him?
Right.
You know that you're playing with danger. You know that this is still an animal. He can still attack you. It's like you know what I'm saying, when you says let's say kind of like to wild beast, you go into the jungle, you don't expect a lion to eat you. You don't expect a hippo to eat you or attack you. Listen, hippo's got some of the highest unaliving stats in Africa, more than lions.
Crazy.
Hippos, listen. You don't. Just a sidebar real quick. Some of the most dangerous animals in the wild aren't your predators. The predators are more cunning, are more cautious. It's your prey animals that are more dangerous. Why? Because they are such high alert all the time that they attack anything that comes near. You ever seen a moose? A moose is a big animal,
Right.
but it's a prey animal. Bears and wolves attack it to eat it. So what does it do? When it sees you, it just thinks you're there to attack you, and he will come at you at 35 miles per hour and gorge you with those antlers.
Right.
Lock. I'm just saying to say that when you're out there in the wild, you come to a wild animal and it attacks you. Why should I have pity on you? You know why animals are dangerous. You was like those two Edomites years ago who jumped in the tiger's cage,
Right.
and then the tiger unalived them. At least unalived one of them. I think one of them escaped. People are mad at the tiger. He's a danger to the community. He's dangerous to the community. He's dangerous to everyone. I was like, that's a tiger doing tiger things.
Right.
He's a tiger. You say you feed him, fed raw flesh all the time. And here in Arizona, if you go to the zoos out here, they have blocks of frozen blood that they give them to keep them cool during the summer. So he's getting that. So you think that he's not going to take the time and a chance to hunt himself when something jumps into his cage? he's going to attack because that's what he's been. That's what he's made to do.
That's his nature.
Yeah, so it's nature. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to do what it was that. Same thing with a snake biting the snake charmer. It is your oppressor's nature to turn on you.
Right.
That's his nature. His nature is to get over you, to make you beneath him. That's his nature. So when he turns on you, how can you why should it be pity? It's like I have no pity on a brother who gets with a white woman, and then when she turns on him, and then yells that he raped her, raped, or she essayed her. You know what I'm saying? that he's in jail. Why should there be pity? You know how that people get down. It's been documented through history. Listen, the white woman is so cruel, right? The tactic that she used on black men for hundreds of years, she's turned around and used on her own white men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To get her in higher positions of power. Now before she would just keep that specifically for black men. Oh, this black man touched me. No, he never did that, or he just didn't want to be with her, or because her parents found out. Not to save face, she'd be like, no, he essayed me. Now she'll turn around, when she's doing that for black men. Now that's turning around for the so-called white man. These are the people that are over you. These people cannot be trusted. Listen, they can't even trust each other. Because the tactics that they'll use on us, they'll use on each other to get over on one another. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like I said, the most how can you have pity on them? You know what I'm saying? See if I want to. Guys, we jump to verse 16.
Verse 16.
Yeah, kind of verse 16.
An enemy speaketh sweet with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
God, so the enemy, he'll talk to you nice. He's constantly thinking how to throw you into a pit, how to get over you. That's what Most High said. You cannot trust your enemy, right? You know what I'm saying? He's like the so-called white man is always thinking about how to make more money. Like you said, you can't become a billionaire and trillionaire in this world, you know, without doing foul things to people.
Right.
Listen, every invention that's a major invention in America that's been a help to the world has come from blacks and Hispanics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The modern day light bulb, the long distance travel in planes, the automobile factory
Right.
line. You know what I'm saying? Your traffic light, your washer, your dryers, your refrigerator. I mean, listen. As recent people just found out, even your folding chair was made by a black man.
Right. Right.
Listen,
That's crazy.
listen, all I have to say is that what? Now, how many of us knew that? A lot of us didn't. A lot of us don't know these things. Like even your modern day video games, black man. You know what I'm saying? Even the cartridge system that was used for a long time, invented by a black man. All these things were made by our people that the world uses now. Even I think it was the modern cell phone. The cell phone, black man. You know what I'm saying? One of the I think it was 3G, 2G. One of them, black man.
Right.
These cell phone towers that were used. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's crazy how so much that the world use now that we take for granted that white people like to take ownership over. Your people invented the patent office.
Right.
That's the other thing your people did, right? As the Most High said, you know what I'm saying? He speaks sweetly. So these people were at one point, talk too softly. You know what I'm saying? Talk about they were getting these kind of opportunities, this and that, and they want to help build it up, but then betrayed. You know what I'm saying? By the enemies. And now their names, until you go look for it, is lost. And it's a history. And it's whitewashed, basically. But just continue, right? He will weep with his eyes, but he will find opportunity. He will not be satisfied with blood. Right. So the Most High is telling you, know what I'm saying, he's gonna pretend he's gonna cry, do all those things to lure you in, but then he's gonna, get rid of you, take everything. In verse 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find them there first. Right. So if you're going through something, you find something hard times, your enemy would be there first. He'd be the first person there. And like he want to help you. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He shall shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. So my side telling you, he's going to come at you in your time of need, pretend to want to help you, and then at that point in time, he's going to show who he really is. He's going to, hey man, got you right where I want you at. Thank you for getting me what I needed. So now you're done. You're out of here. So he's gonna do whatever he needs to do to get you out. Not that you're out where he needs you at. You're at your time of trouble. You're out of here. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna take full credit of whatever you have going on. It says his face will change. His face, you're going to see his true face at that point.
Right.
For so long, he's been humble and nice and sweet. You know, he's like, yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm down for the cause. F the power. You know what I'm saying? He's been like, yeah, man, yeah, I'm against white supremacy too. You're a white man. You know what I'm saying? The supremacy is for you. How can you be against it?
Right, like for instance, the Black Panthers were. I don't think too many people know this, but like if you guys just go and look up who supplied the Black Panthers with their guns, you'll see that it was an Asian FBI agent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was an informant to the FBI. He was an undercover, you know what I'm saying, informant. And all these guns, right, were supplied by the FBI, but really from this Asian that was, like you said, for the cause, right? And that's what happens. It's like there's always like we think that we can invite other nations to fight our fight. That's never gonna happen, man. There's always gonna be somebody that's gonna betray. Like there's always gonna be a nation that's always gonna see us fall. That wants to see us fall. You know, there's no nation that can come with us and build our, you know what I'm saying, our home, our, you know what I'm saying, our town from the ground up. Like we will do it ourselves. That's what we got to do. Right. We got to build our own New Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? We got to build our own, you know what I'm saying, houses. We can't allow these other nations to come in and pollute our sanctuaries. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's what they have done. They have polluted our sanctuaries, our, you know what I'm saying, our place of holiness, right? Of sacred places, and they polluted it with their doctrine, with their pork, and with their ways of living. We got to do it our way now. We got to do what Ephesians 4:4 said. You know what I'm saying? There's only one body, one truth, one baptism. Meaning there's only one way to get right. There's only one truth, one place to do it the right way, and that's in the ISUPK under Command Jerry Hunter.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. That was powerful, sir. That's heavy. You get in the class on that one right there. You know what I'm saying? Guys, we get definitely in the class on that one right there. You know what I mean? So once again, you know what I'm saying, it's ISUPK Arizona. Also, for everybody, remember, tomorrow is the feast, more of the trumpets. I'm saying at sundown. So we'll be starting at about 7 p.m. tomorrow. So make sure you come out. So-called Black Spanish Never Make. Make sure you come out for that. And say have a good time with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're going, listen, we're going to post some videos now. So we're going to show you how we get down over here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Remember, we got the Sabbath service on Saturday, 11 to 1. Right? So you're going to find us at, I ain't got the banner right there, but 12416 North 28 Drive, Phoenix, Arizona is where we at. You see the ISPK sign right out front.
That's right.
You can't miss us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With that, with that, shalom.